Hi everyone, welcome back. Today we have a new episode and we start with this preview. As you know by now, next we have the unboxing. Feel free to pause the video every time you need. In this shot we can see some of my sizes in other brands and also a closer look of this label. We don't find anything else in the box. In this shot we can see both of them, but we start with the left foot because we want to see if the quality is consistent or not. If you care about cushioning, you should pay attention to this part. I have to say that this Puma is the first running sneakers that I tried from them on this channel so far. So I kind of have high hopes, from them. In this shot we can see some similar models from Adidas that somehow they have that midsole very similar with this Puma midsole. I mean, the foam is so similar that I thought is the same Lightstrike Pro that we can find in Adidas Pro sneakers. Here I'm checking the upper, which is very thin, very well adapted for summer. I do like that. So this model is a 2023 Deviate NITRO 2 version and is a model that it has carbon plate inside. So here I'm doing a quick check to see how is the quality in general, how they are made, and it seems that on this particular pair I did find issues in both of them, left and right. In some shots you might appreciate a bit better how well are glued. In some others maybe not so much, because it's not the same what you can see with your naked eye and what you can see in a video, But I'm telling you that I don't like it how is glued that front end on the sneakers. I mean, they should have done a much better job, because it's enough to wash them few times on the washing machine and to have that front end open it because of the glue, About the materials and overall the sensation with them on my feet, I can say that they have premium materials, good thickness in them, and I didn't find that they sacrifice in thickness just to save some bucks, To explain a little bit better how much I like them, if they wouldn't had those issues, they will probably right now be in my wardrobe. And I'm saying this because I was right at that moment when you are searching for a new pair of sneakers, and I was in between let me see what Puma have, and if they are good I will keep those. If not, I will probably buy New Balance more V4, because those I already like it. So even though that New Balance doesn't have a carbon plate inside. In comparison with Nike Fly 5, those have more cushioning than these ones. Those also have a carbon plate inside. And Puma is a bit more wider in the toe box than those Nike Fly 5. About this midsole, like I said before, is very similar with the one from Adidas Lightstrike Pro. So they are almost the same. And because it's as responsive as it is, I would recommend even over 85 kilos in this case. It does also remind me a bit of the one from Nike, the Zoom X. It's very similar with that one too. And in this shot we can see the sole of them. This sole, I like it. It's not perfect obviously, because it does have quite a bit of exposed foam, but still has good thickness, and yeah, I did like it overall. I wish it was more rubber on that sole, of course, but even so it wasn't too bad, The central piece feels sturdy enough, so I did like it the way it is, very rigid. From the pictures that I've seen on the web, I thought this pair will definitely remain on my wardrobe. So it was such a disappointment when I've seen that they have quality issues, you know. That's a bit sad. I mean, you nailed it with the materials, with the shape, with the colorway, with everything, even with the comfort and the cushioning, but you didn't do a good job in the process of making them, you know. That's a huge mistake. Otherwise, this model, it would have been a very easy recommendation for most of you guys, because they are not too narrow, they have good comfort, good quality in the materials, but because of the problems that I find in them, I cannot recommend to everyone. Let's just say, if you can buy them in a store, in a physical store, buy them from there, and it's a better buy in my opinion. At least you see what you are buying. The padding inside feels soft, comfy, not too much, but the material, it's a bit thin. I wish it was a bit thicker, this material, this black material. As you can tell, I'm leaving some ratings for different parts of these sneakers. This way you'll know what I like it and what I didn't like it on them. As you can see, the upper material is quite thin, but like I said, is best for summers. One thing that I noticed with this insole, under the heel is a bit thicker than the front end or the toe box. This tongue is around 3mm thickness. It's good enough, and it reminds me of the one that I've seen in Novablast 3 from Asics, trail version. And here we have the right foot. Let's see how is the quality on this one. As you can tell, in the toe box we have some rubber, so they are reinforced in that area. Here we have the front end. Again, we have the same problem. That glue, it's again an issue here. It has to be a little bit more than it is right now. I think that in this shot we can see very well where is the problem, and why I'm saying this, I think is very obvious. I guess I will have to check more models in the future and to see how is overall the quality in them, you know, if they are well made or not. So in this pair I only find issues around the front end of the sneakers. The rest of it, they seems to be well made. I know that it's a bummer when this happens, because you are expecting to find something very good quality, at least from the web shots, and once you have them in your hands and they are not at your level of expectations, obviously you won't be happy with them. But as I said, I'm willing to try more models and see how is overall the quality, because I just had some bad luck, I guess, with this one. this shot we can see again this footbed, like I said, is very soft. It's made only with mesh, so no complaints with this one actually. In this angle you can see that they have a little bit of transparency in that foam, which is a bit strange for me because it's the first time when I'm seeing something like this in a sneaker. In this shot we can see the size of these laces in centimeters and inches, also the thickness of these laces. And to be fair, I like them. They are a bit more elastic than I wish they were, but still they feel good quality overall. And here we have a closer look of this upper and also the sneaker in general. We can see how thick they are on that upper and the rest of the materials, how they feel. As you can tell, they have a gusseted tongue. I like it. I always prefer to have this kind of tongue in sneakers. I like to have them in one place. For the thickness of this upper, I will say that I wouldn't like to have them thinner than this. This is the limit for me. Otherwise they will sacrifice in longevity and I don't like that. I prefer the way it is right now. In these sneakers the upper is not elastic, but I didn't feel the need to have them that way. Here we can see how perforated is this tongue. To be fair, I wish it was a bit more, even down on the instep, but still not bad. So after checking the materials, I think they are good enough and good quality overall. The rigidity on them feels right on point, and I think it's because of the carbon plate. So as you can tell from this shot, they don't have any kind of water resistance, and I like it this way because this is what I'm expecting from this kind of sneakers. So the water got absorbed in very natural way, no weird stuff happening here. In this shot I'm trying to show the limit of that internal midsole. I feel that they have quite a bit inside, but I wish they were having a little bit more to be on my taste. And I'm saying this because, you know, I like max cushioning sneakers, so that's not a surprise, I guess. About the width on these sneakers, it's a bit more than I normally find in regular sneakers, so for me it's a bit more than I wish it was, the width on them. I'm planning to show you at the same time with Pegasus 40 in white version, and you will see how close they are in that width. In this shot we can see that is around 0.5 grams difference in between them, but that might be because they are still a bit wet from my water resistant test. As you can tell, they are lightweight enough. For me, it's not needed to have less than this. From this test we can see that my toe box is much smaller than these sneakers, and only around the midfoot my feet have just a bit more width in comparison with these insoles. But overall these insoles and the sneakers in general, they are a bit more wider than I wish they were. So for some of you they might be a bit too wide, but you will have to check it yourself, you know, to see how they are for you. In this shot I'm trying to show you what kind of arch I have and the instep that I have and why they fit me this way. I'm keeping here the shot in real time because I want to show you how easy or hard it is to take them in your feet. With these sneakers I didn't have any issues, they are wide enough and the opening is big enough. From the first moment with them on my feet, I can say that they are very bouncy and I really like them. The cushioning is very good. It's not the best I found so far, but still very good. So if they wouldn't had that issue with the glue, it would have been in my collection right now. Because although they are wider in that toe box, I don't mind that and I like them the way they are. When I have these sneakers on my feet, they do remind me a bit of Nike Invincible 3 that are max cushioning sneakers, although those they don't have that carbon plate. They are very close in the bounce with those. Also very similar with New Balance Fuel Cell TC or Adidas Takumi 8, the one that I tried so far. This Puma has better materials in my opinion, except that glue that I had issues. In this shot I'm trying to show you how much free space I have on the toe box. As you can tell, it's around 1.5 centimeters, which is quite a lot to be fair, but I felt that I did enjoy that extra space, and probably with hot summer days that will be even a blessing, to be fair. About the sizing, I know these sneakers are rated in United States as being 8.5 in US. Here in Spain they are 41. For me they didn't felt bigger than others, so I would say for me they are true to size, even though for size 41 in Europe normally is 8 in US and this one are 8.5, so I don't know why, but for me they didn't felt bigger than normal because they are wider, but that is not a reason to say that they are larger, because they aren't. They are exactly the same length as other 41s or 8 in US, you know. About the cushioning, it's better than the one we can find in Adidas Ultra Boost Light, obviously, but maybe some of you they won't know, so I'm saying this. Better than Pegasus 39 and 40 or even New Balance 1080 V12. And very close to the one we can find in Novablast 3 or Superblast, New Balance More V4 or even Nike Fly 5 if I have to compare. That's why I said that they are very good for the price that they have. 170 euros I think they were, and $160 if not mistaken. We can see here the comparison with Pegasus 40 from Nike. This one is in wide version, so that's why I'm using this one, because I want to show you how close is the Puma, which is regular width, in comparison with Nike Pegasus 40, which is wide width. As you can tell, Puma has much stickier soles than Nike Pegasus 40. In cushioning, obviously Puma has more and also is more bouncier, and that's not a surprise obviously because of the carbon plate. In the toe box in Puma you can feel much more cushioning. On the heel they are a bit closer in cushioning, but on the toe box there is the biggest difference. Here is the shot where I'm comparing how wide they are, Puma and also the Nike Pegasus 40, which are in wide version in this video. And I would like to remind you that my feet are in regular width. Here we can see the reflective materials. Like I said in other episodes, Pegasus 40 doesn't have reflective materials, although on the webpage you can see pictures that they are bright in the dark. That's not really true. It's just silver paint and no reflective materials in that paint. About the Puma reflective materials, I would say that they are very low-key, very discreet. You can only see if they are flashed with the light, otherwise you won't notice that they are reflective. They have reflective materials in front and in the back, this Puma. They aren't the brightest, but at least they have. I think it came the time for pros and cons. For pros, I like the colorways, I like the price. It's expensive, but it's not overly expensive. I like the materials in them, I like the comfort, I like the cushioning, although I wish they were having a little bit more cushioning than they have. And for cons, like you already know by now, I didn't like the way they are made, at least this pair. In forefoot we had issues with the glue, quite serious I will say. Just be sure you check them well before you taking them for a run outside if you buy a pair. We can see here my latest pair of running sneakers. I will gonna use it as casual wear, and also you're gonna see it in the future videos as a benchmark in cushioning. I will end here this video. Thank you very much for watching. See you next time. If you have any questions, please let me know. Don't forget to subscribe and have a nice day. Take care of you.